Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're playing Fruition. Not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but it looks like a cute little game, so we're gonna go ahead and play it. Alright, let's get started. All that I can hear is birdsong and the wind brushing lightly against the tree branches overhead. The light is bright through the canopy. This morning I had turned off my phone and left it on my desk before throwing water and food in my bag, locking my front door behind me. The only thing on my mind is taking one step after another. I had checked the map before I left home, of course. I'm not about to waste my only day off this week getting lost in the middle of nowhere. As much as nature is my retreat from the real world, it would take on a completely different air if that happened. I just need a refresher, not a dramatic few days wandering in circles until some poor ranger finds me. I think I'd be more distressed about the makeup work when I'll get led back home than anything else. But at least I have my job to thank for saving my butt. If it was up to my roommate, he might never notice. I could say the same to him, though. If he died at his computer, I probably wouldn't notice until the smell. I shake my head free of those morbid thoughts. Today is not about real life. It's about nature. It's about refreshing myself to go back to real life. I pick a route through the woods that had no paths for two reasons: for the challenge and to be alone. All I have to do is head towards the large lake near the campgrounds, and then in the evening I'll walk the dirt road back into town if I can't hitch a ride from someone. Simple. When I last checked my watch, perhaps a mile back, it was almost 5 o'clock. Thanks to the length of the summer days, I have no worries about making it back before nightfall. That said, I need a quick break. I lean against the tree and take a swig from my water bottle. It has been a while since I last checked my map, so I dig it out of my pocket and pull it out. Before I can unfold it completely, the wind picks up. The paper slips from my fingers. My fist close with a snap and attempt to catch it, but all I feel is air. I grit my teeth. Damn it. What should I do? What should we do? How can we stay on route if we don't know what the route is? Oh, chasing after is probably stupid too. Let's go with the stupid thing. I won't let it get away. I take a few quick steps, pawing at it as soon as it's with reach, only to miss it by a hair's breadth. It blows up higher into the air. I jump. I miss. I run after the map until it swoops behind the trunk and goes out of sight for the first time. As I stepped over a root in my path, making sure not to stumble, but my brain finally catch up with the fact that I have gone far, far from my intended path. That's when my eyes spot something I did not expect this far into the woods. There's an old weathered brick sticking out of the dirt ahead of me, and I stare at it for a moment. Walking forward, I peek around the trunk, obscuring it, the same trunk my map disappeared behind. Ahead, in a straight path, are more and more of those same bricks. As the path continues, they form into a fully completed cobblestone path. At the end of that path, right before a curve that goes behind a large boulder, is my map. It's nestled perfectly on the bricks, as if it was being held by some unknown force. I notice there is no longer any birdsong. I consider abandoning the map and somehow working my way back to where I was. But the question is if I know exactly what route I followed. Should I head back or forward? Because I'm a weirdo and I would do this in real life, we're going to walk down the cobblestone path. I step forward, hesitantly at first. I quickly pick up speed. My intention is to mainly grab the map while it's down, but I can't lie to myself. I'd also like to see where this path leads. I shouldn't stay too long, but it would be a shame to leave without sating my curiosity. The patchwork stone are gorgeous after all. Who built this and why? At the end of the trail, I lean over to grab my map. It slides out from under my fingers as if another mysterious gust of wind blows on it. Except I did not even feel a light breeze. It follows the continuation of the path, curving gracefully between the boulders. The cobblestone path continues for a while before expanding into a plaza. At the other end, some 50 or so feet, is a large stone wall made with bricks and carvings. Wow. The inside of the boulders are intricately carved, albeit rounded out by what must have been years upon years of weathering. Some creature is painstakingly carved out of a centerpiece, a circular rock, and despite the weathering on all the surroundings, it looks as if to be untouched. I stand and gawk at the sight. Who knows how long it has been since another person has set foot in this space. I walk into the plaza. The sunshine warms my skin. The silence makes it feel like I have somehow transported far from the woods despite it still surrounding the area. I turn to take in the plaza in a slow turn, but I immediately catch myself when I see something large moving in the woods. By the time I center my eyes on whatever that dark shape was, it's gone. I pause. Was that just my imagination, or should I be worried about wild animals? Without taking my eyes off the tree line, I slowly retreat out of the plaza. My back presses into something. I freeze. There was nothing behind me a second ago. Whatever it is, it's warm and breathing. 2 hands rest on my shoulder, and then I feel them lean in. A huff of air brushes against my ear. Before they can speak, I shrug out of the hold and spin around to gain a better bearing on the situation. They are tall. Ooh. Okay. But what really grabs my attention is their head. What a beautiful gradient of green, and twin branches growing from their temples with leaves and mushrooms. Their bangs cover most of their face, and the stare of their lonely eye is enough to make me close my mouth in a snap. I gulp. Who are you? They take a step toward me. I take a step back. They continue their pace. I twist on my feet to thoughtlessly flee into the woods. Do not turn from me. Are you not mine? I pause. Let's go with what do you mean? What do you mean? They tilt their head. Mine. That doesn't explain what that means. I shake my head when they don't answer. I didn't mean to trespass if that's the problem. I'll be on my way. Wait. Goodbye. I turn towards the entrance. They grab my arm, their grip tight enough to make me yelp. I said wait. I still. Their teeth are sharp and long. Unnatural. You will do well to listen to me. I am the god of these woods. Oh, great. It has been a long time since a visitor has set foot on my grounds. But it has happened now. Their hands feel tough and rigid like bark. The agreement has finally reached fruition. Because you came. They smile. It is good. It's you, isn't it? Uh-oh. Let's try this one. I guess I did come here, but I'm not here because someone told me to be. I shrug, unsure how to react. I don't want to make them mad. I was just looking for my map. Your map? They turn their head. Miraculously, my map flies in on a gust of wind that hovers before them. They gently grab it out of the air with their free hand. My mouth drops open. How? These are my woods. I shut my mouth, thinking over my words. All right, giving them the benefit of the doubt. If they can control things, you led me here? They smile. They crush my map in their grasp and toss it behind them. How astute. You were so close, but just out of reach. I needed to light the way. There would be no sense in letting you pass by unaware. I guess I was wrong before. Although I didn't understand the meaning at the time, someone did beckon me this way. Now, you. They begin to tug me deeper towards the carving in the plaza. I struggle to pull my arm free, but they don't seem to notice. They apply pressure on my shoulders, sitting me on the cropping under the carving. I notice just how sharp their fingernails are when they pull them away, giving me space. Although not much. They sit beside me. I insist on getting to know my offering. I haven't been able to talk to someone in a very, very long time. It seems as if no matter how much I physically struggle, I won't be able to get out of here unscathed. Perhaps it's best to use my mind to work my way out of whatever this is. I should... I don't know, he seems like the type when you ask questions, he's gonna get cranky. Let's just answer questions. What is your name? It's Yun. Yun, what a darling name. How old are you? 27. What is your trade? I open my mouth to answer, but they continue before I can speak. Are you a basket weaver? You have the hands for it. No. An instructor, then. The gleam in your eye looks as if it can be quite severe. Students quake under your strict command. I'm a receptionist at a gym, although I am taking a class in teaching wilderness skills. Not only a nature lover, but one adept enough to treat it with respect. I think it's important to coexist with the environment. They stare at me for what seems like a millennium before tilting their head. And of your family? I don't live near them, if that's what you're asking. Does that make you lonely? I take a second to think over that unexpected question. It is at the moment, with their smile wide, that I can see saliva dripping from the corner of their mouth and down their chin. I stare. Let's point it out, because it's kind of weird. It was disconcerting. Are you drooling? I am voracious. I don't want to venture a guess. I don't have to. Is it not clear? I consume my sacrifices. Okay. I don't think running's gonna help because this is his forest, so... And that includes me. My voice warbles in fear, but I can't help it. I lean back. Despite having their focus this entire time, it feels as if it has intensified tenfold. They tilt their head. I am starving. Before I can move, their hand slams into the stone beside my face, effectively trapping me. I swallow heavily, watching the saliva that was now pouring out of their mouth. Their bangs part ever so slightly, and their other eye peeks out between the strands of mossy hair. The intensity of the rings of color in their irises make my stomach drop. Your fear certainly is delectable. Their gaze lowers from my face and looks to my throat. They bite their lip, sharp teeth nearly impaling the skin there. They meet my eyes again. I wonder how much you can take before you break. Their face begins to elongate before my eyes, and horns tear out of their forehead. I squeeze my eyes shut at the sight of it, making my stomach churn. Even then, I can still hear the changes. I want to cover my ears, but I can't move. It feels like eons before the final crack of something occurs. The god begins to lean closer. I have to do something before they kill me. Wait. They pause. I can feel their breath on my face. Their shadow blotting out the sunlight from behind my eyelids is much bigger than before. Let's talk a little more. They lean back. I hesitate to open my eyes, fearful the moment I do they will fly forward and tear into my neck with a single strong snap of their jaw, leaving me to choke on blood if they're not a merciful God. But I'm hoping they are. I need them to be. So I ride on my hope, take a deep breath, and open my eyes. The face staring back at me is so much different than the one they had originally. It's horrifying. If I continue to show that fear, though, who knows if their mercy will wane. So I attempt to rewire my brain. No, it's not horrifying. It's beautifully emblematic of the woods that they say they rule over. And no, they're not going to eat me. I force a small fake smile on my face and attempt not to grimace. Let me tell you more about the world now. You said you haven't been able to leave the woods, right? I can prepare you for what you have missed. Despite their animalistic features, I can see that they're smiling now. Go on. I talk about let's go with my slice. It's best to speak about what I know. They had more than enough questions, so they clearly were interested in my life, even if it was just a proxy. I can fill in those details. I haven't lived here my entire life, but I think half my life is good enough. I currently live with a roommate, and while we can't call each other friends, he's probably a better example of a modern-day person. Not that I don't do modern things, but he's more technologically involved than me. And what does that mean? He spends a lot of time inside with a device called a computer. It has games and stories on it. You can talk to people from all over the world. And you do not like using it? It's not that I don't, but I prefer being outside more. Having to deal with being constantly contacted is a bother too. Like today, I put aside my technology and came into the woods to have a moment free from it all. Free from it all. To come to me? Their eyes lower, tracing a line over what I can assume is my throat. Yeah, sure. It wasn't planned at all on my end. But if that appeases them, good. At least I hope that's what I'm doing. I straighten, deciding to change the subject to the town itself, but I don't get the chance. With no provocation, they lean closer, making my eyes zero in on them again. We are nose to nose. Do you like your life out there? Their voice is quiet, intense. A difficult question that has a definite answer. Let's go with yes. I ponder for a moment. Yes, I do. It can be difficult at times, but it is worth it in the end. There's delicious food to eat, beautiful places to visit, and friends, good friends. Even if I only live in this part of the world, it's enough to have my loved ones close. They lean back, giving us both breathing room. They tilt their heads, seemingly lost in thought. I open my mouth to say something, but they cut me off. I see. That sounds lovely. I have missed that wonderful world you speak of. They suddenly grab my cheek with both hands, squishing my face together. I shudder. Here is what will happen. I will not take you as my sacrifice, but I will take you on as my dearest follower. I want it to be you who is beside me. Their eyes narrow and their smile widens. You are interested? It is a good stepping stool into this new world, unassuming and all. They drop their hold on my face to grab my hands before I can react. Suddenly I feel my skin burning beneath their fingers. I try to rip my hands from their grasp, but they don't let me, digging their claws in for extra measure. I bite my lip from the pain until it bleeds. They bash their head against mine, rattling my brain. It takes me a second to horrifyingly realize they are kissing me. They drop my singed palms, and one hand grips my jaw painfully, contorting my face to make it easier for them to kiss. I grunt. Their unusual lips grind against my self-inflicted wound, tearing it further. When they pull away, all I can do is gasp for several long moments, trying to suck in all the oxygen I was deprived of. Here is the deal. They poke the burn they cause on my hand, and I hiss. You will go out and bring me a new sacrifice. Once I consume them, my deal with the witch will be broken and I will be able to leave. We will be able to go anywhere my heart desires. Their hands grip my chin again, and I flinch away ineffectively, almost choking on the air in an attempt to prepare for another forceful kiss. I throw my hands in between us as a terrible, shoddy shield, as if it could prolong the inevitable, but it never comes. Their disgusting eyes simply peer down at me. Do you understand? It doesn't matter if you don't follow my instruction. They give a more forceful poke to one of my palms I had helpfully put out for them, digging their fingernail into the black burn mark that blighted both sides. These will burn you alive. I don't want that to happen, you know. You don't want that either. You'll miss out on your wonderful world. Our wonderful world. So you'll come back home soon, right? They stare at me for a beat. Before I can blink, their long tongue presses against my bloody lip and swipes up across my cheek to ear. We'll break my chains together. They smile, letting go of my chin, and back away. Now, go find someone for me. I have no qualms over who. Their eyes rove over my form. It will be a treat to see who you think is worthy. They search my face for a second longer. I would hurry before you run out of time and options. You wouldn't want to have to bring me your loved ones, would you? I look down at the burns on my hands. The shapes are like tattoos written in some language I can't comprehend. I stand shakily and nod. They don't stop me as I decisively speed walk towards the exit. I can feel their eyes on the back of my head as they follow me all the way to the boulder. I'll be waiting. I clench my fists and don't look back. At first, things are normal as they can be with... Oh, I screwed up there. Can I go back? At first, things are normal as they can be with etchings in my skin. I run back to my house and lock myself in my bedroom, intent on sleeping off the whole affair, and hoping I would wake up without the marks. I am woken far before my alarm by a burning sensation as I'm standing too close to a bonfire. The burning doesn't abate. For days, I call into work and ignore the emails from my professor. It just grows in intensity. If I run my finger along the runes, I can feel the indent as it eats away my flesh, like an itch. I know what I have to do to stop it. I pound my fist on my roommate's bedroom door. He's usually at home, holed up in his own world online, so we don't cross paths too often. I need him now. Hey, Cody? Whoa, you okay, dude? Yeah, it's Halloween makeup. I was just wondering about my lip. I know you're not really into the outdoors and everything, but would you like to go take a hike in the woods with me tomorrow? Just a day trip. Cody stares, a mixture of concern and confusion. Are you sure you'd be up to it? Yeah. He flinches at my sudden exclamation, so I modulate my tone. Yeah, actually, I think it would make me feel a lot better. Okay, I'll see if I can clear my schedule. The relief makes me feel sick. You sure you're all right? I will be. I give him a smile, but cut it short to speed walk back to my bedroom. Without looking back, I close my door behind me, steering straight to the bathroom. Shaking, I retch quietly into the toilet. Come on, you can do this. You have to. So, yeah, end for Liberation B. Okay. So, yeah. That was Fruition. I hope you liked it. If you want to see all of the endings, you can download the game yourself. I'll put a link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Wasn't exactly what I expected, but it was interesting. I'll give it that. So, I hope you'll come back for the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.